Hey guys, happy August. I hope you all got your summer fun and sun in because at least in our area, school is back. It seems like the summer flew by and I am not ready for it to be over. We had a lot of fun this summer and just got back from Bend where we visited friends in Black Butte, where Cora was able to catch her first fish ever. And we went to Bend to visit some great college friends and float the Deschutes. Now, last time we did it, we almost lost one of our children, but this year went a lot better, so that's good news. And I don't want to brag, as you all know, but I played in the OSP charity softball tournament this year, and our team won it all. Even though I'm not in law enforcement anymore, they still let me join in, which I am very thankful for. My body is not so thankful for it, but I still am. Okay, enough about my life and on to the monthly market report. Now, I know this market is becoming nuts and there's a lot of information, good and bad, out there telling you all sorts of things. So I'm planning on making future videos about the market as it changes in order to help us through these crazy times. So more to come on that. But for those of you that don't know, my name is Joe Skipper and I'm the owner of Skipper Realty Group, brokered by eXp Realty out of Oregon. And we're going to dive into the August housing market report. And I'm having my friend and lender Paul Robinson back on to talk about some mortgage topics and some tips on that side of the home sales process. He's a mortgage broker and owner of Greater Oregon Mortgage Company and has helped lots of my family and friends get into homes that they wanted, even when they didn't think it was going to be possible. He's going to be talking about the infamous 2-to-1 buy down. This seems to be a popular topic in the social media realm, so he's going to offer some insight into this and what that all means for you. But now, on to the Oregon housing market. Home prices increased this month. The median sold price for Wilsonville in July was $770,000. This increased by 8% since last month, and it was a huge increase by 24% from last year. This is an interesting stat because it's very specific to neighborhoods and cities. The rates nationally are causing not only buyers to be priced out, but also for sellers to be less and less likely to sell because of how many of you are currently in mortgages in the 3 to 4%. Now, this stalemate is causing everyone to freak, and that's where you see a lot of social media saying that the sky is falling. Rate changes, especially this extreme, coming from low 3s to now 7, is a lot to handle mentally. It takes time for buyers and sellers to adapt to these changing rates. So this stalemate may be happening for a while until we start to see rates stabilize. Anyways, as you can see in Wilsonville, prices are still going up, but they should taper off in the next coming months. The inventory for Wilsonville in July decreased to 25 active listings. This is a 28% decrease since last month and a 32% decrease from last year. We just talked about it, but again, the mortgage rates are high right now and relative to the rates we saw a few years ago. So we're starting to see buyers and sellers be more cautious about what they can afford and whether they want to sell or whether they want to stay. It's an interesting place to be though, because inventory is still low overall and the buyer demand is still high. So it's more important than ever to work with someone that knows what they're doing in this type of market. Now, a few years ago, you could have gotten away with a discount agent to sell or buy your place, but you get what you pay for in this sort of market. So it's just something for you guys to think about. Now, the median days on market went up in July to 10 days. 10 days is still really good and shows how much demand is still out there. So as a seller, if you need to get into the market and sell your home, the buyers are still there. You just need to get with someone that you trust and that can lead you through this process and help you find the right buyer for you and your home. So that's what I have for you, but I'm going to pass it along to Paul for some of his mortgage information. So take it away, Paul.
Hey, thanks, Joe. This is Paul Robinson, owner and loan officer of Greater Oregon Mortgage Company. Thought we talk about the payment reduction programs that have re-entered the market. You probably have heard of the 2-1 buy down. That is the most common one used. There's other versions. There's a 1 year and there's a 3 year, but 2 year is the most commonly used right now. These aren't new programs or old programs. But they went away because interest rates have been so low for so long. But now that interest rates have gone up dramatically, and they really don't seem to be wanting to come down anytime soon. And as well as home prices, where a lot of people thought we were going to see some dramatic reduction in home prices, and that hasn't happened yet. And the prices sure seem to continue to be stable. This program is, again, re-entered. And it's something to consider, and it could be something that would be a good negotiating tool when you're looking to buy a new property. How does it work? Because these are payment reduction programs, money has to come from somewhere. And that somewhere is credit that you and your realtor negotiate in your sales contract when you're buying your home. It's a credit most commonly paid for by the seller. And what happens is once your loan funds, the money for that credit goes to your loan servicer. They create an account for you, and each month they will take from that account to help lower the principal and interest portion of your payment. And that will occur throughout the full payment reduction period. So if you use a 1 year buy down, the first 1 year you'll see your payment reduced. If it's a 2-1 buy down, it's the first 2 years your payment's reduced. If it's a 3-year buy down, it's the first 3 years that your payment's reduced. But you're probably asking, why would a seller pay for this type of credit? And it's really because the market's calmed down. The market's shifted. It's become more of a balance of a seller's market and a buyer's market. Homes are staying on the market longer. Buyers are not as willing to pay over the asking price. Prices of homes have not gone down significantly. Again, some areas are staying stable, if not going up. And interest rates, the higher interest rates, they're being very stubborn as well. And there's no real sight on when they're going to start coming down. A lot of predictions, but they're being very stubborn. Add to that the Fed saying that they're probably going to have more rate hikes. It's like, man, so that's a lot of reasons why a seller is considering and deciding to pay for these credits. So let's look at an example so you can actually see how the numbers work. Let's say we have a buyer and they've negotiated an accepted offer for a home and they're buying it for $650,000. They have 10% down. They want to use a conventional 30-year fixed rate, and the rate they chose is 6.875. That would make their principal and interest payment $3,843 each month. But because they're using the 2-1 buy down program, their first 12 months of payments are going to be $750 less each month. And in the second 12 months of payments, their payment is going to be $380 less each month. Now, in the credit they negotiated in order to get those lower payments for the first 2 years is $13,556. So $13,500 we'll say. That equates to 2% of the sales price. So it's not a crazy amount for a home at $650,000. But now here's another question. Well, what if I didn't use the 2-1 buy down program and they just bought the home for $13,556 less? Well, if they had done that, they would have a principal interest payment of $3,763, so $80 less. They wouldn't have the payment reductions like the 2-1 buy down, but they'd be saving $80 a month. I've thrown a lot of information at you, so let's wrap this up. And I have one final thought that I think is important about the buy down programs, and that is when you negotiate and you receive a credit for a buy down program, and then that money gets placed in that account that gets used each month to make the payment lower. But let's just say you refinance or you sell your home before the balance is fully used. The good news is that money still stays with you. What happens is that it goes to your mortgage payoff, the official payoff statement, as a credit. So you still get 100% of those funds. And I think that's an important item to know about the program. So I hope all this is helpful. If you have any questions about this or anything else mortgage related, please feel free to reach out to me. You can get me at paul@gomcloans.com. All right, thanks.
Okay guys, so those are the stats for this July. If you guys are looking to buy or sell in the next year, give me a call and let's talk about what it takes to get you the highest return on your investment when you decide to go that route. This market is changing constantly, so having an expert to guide you through it's going to be one of the best choices that you're going to make. Also, don't forget to subscribe and like this page so that you can stay up to date with the latest on the Oregon housing market. Thanks guys.